Here is the blueprint for tutorial number 2. We will be referencing this blueprint in order to complete the following tutorial. Hello everyone, and welcome to training tutorial number 2. As you saw on the previous screen, that is the blueprint and the CAD drawing that we're going to create. As you can see also, I've already established my grid under grid settings and have changed my default color to blue. I was able to do this by following step number 1, setting up the graphic user interface. I'm going to proceed with step number 2, which is creating a rectangle. Simply go to the top ribbon bar and select Create, followed by Rectangle. Enter the width and the height as shown in the training tutorial. Change the width to 1.65 and hit enter on your keyboard. Change the height to -6 and hit enter as well. Mastercam prompts you to select the first corner. I'm going to select the origin. From here, you can see that the color is light blue. I'm going to select OK to solidify my geometry, and select Fit to Screen in order to see the full rectangle that I just created. Zoom out if need be, and we will proceed to create a polygon. Go up to the top ribbon bar and select Create, and scroll down to Polygon. From here, change the number of sides to 6 and change the radius to 0.5 and hit enter on your keyboard. You will need to locate the position to put this polygon by selecting Fast Point and entering the values 0.825, comma, -0.875 and hit enter on your keyboard. The polygon should appear in the light blue. It is also important that you have flat selected. Go ahead and select the apply button because we want to create another polygon as well. From here, make the values the same, 6 and 0.5, but expand the polygon options by selecting the down arrow up at the top. From here, change this distance to 30 degrees. This will rotate the polygon on a 30-degree angle. And from here, we're going to have to establish the same fast point. Type in the value 0.825, comma, -0.875 and hit enter on your keyboard. From here, we will need to establish the radius again of 0.5 and hit enter. Select the OK bar when you finish. From here, we will need to edit the geometry. Simply go to Edit, Trim Break Extend, and select the Divide button up at the top. Ensure that Trim is also selected up at the very top here. From this point, if you need to get a good sight at the polygons, simply zoom in. From here, we still have our divide key selected. I'm going to follow the training tutorials and delete the geometry all the way around the polygon. Your geometry should look like this. Delete the top 2 lines as well. From here, select the OK button to exit the command. Next, we will create radiuses for these corners. Simply go Create, Fillet, Chains. Make sure that your chain is selected under the chaining dialog box, and go ahead and select the geometry here. Select OK once you have selected these chains. Up at the very top, we want to change our radius to 0.035. And we want to make sure that our style is changed to clearance. We are going to then fit to screen and select OK. The part calls for us to create an arc at the very bottom portion of the part. Go to Create, Arc, Circle Center Point. From here, we need to change the radius to 0.7. This will automatically update our diameter as seen in the diameter section. Go to the fast point icon so we can input the values in order to place the circle center point in the correct position. Type in 0.825 separated with a comma and then negative 0.875 and hit enter on our keyboard. From here, we are going to select the apply button to stay in this command. We are then going to change our radius to 0.3125. Again, this will update our diameter. Up at the very top, go to fast point and type in the values 0.825 separated with a comma and then minus 5.5 and hit enter on your keyboard once again. Your geometry should look as shown. Select OK. From this part, we're going to go ahead and create a line. Go to Create, Line, Endpoint. Selecting this button right here will lock us in vertical. This means that we will only be able to create a vertical line, despite where we put our mouse when creating the line. Select the endpoint here and sketch a point up to this location. Select an endpoint here and sketch a line up as well. Select Apply once finished. Go down to the very bottom. Ensure that you are on the midpoint of the circle. Select this point and bring the line up to approximately here. And do the same for the next side. Select the midpoint on the opposite side and sketch the line up to approximately here. And select OK to exit out of the command. If you need to see this better, you can use the zoom in function along the top bar, or simply use your mouse wheel on your mouse to zoom in to the selected point. From here, select Edit, Trim Break Extend, and select the Divide key. The Divide key should already be selected as the default key because it was the key that you used in your previous Trim Break Extend function. Select these lines. And this line down below. Fit the part to your screen while staying in the command. Your part should look like this. Scroll down to the bottom here and select this piece here. And select OK to exit out of the command. From this part, you're going to have to go ahead and select Create Fillet. And select Entities. Ensure that the radius value is 0.25 and that you have Trim enabled. Select this line here, followed by this line. And then you will need to do the same on the next side. Select this line here, and then this line. You should see that you create a radius instead, and your line is now deleted. Select OK to exit out of this command. From here, go to Create Rectangular Shapes. Change the values of the rectangular shapes, the width and the height. We are going to change the width to 0.25 and hit enter on our keyboard. We are then going to change this value to 2.5 plus 2 times 0.125 and hit enter on our keyboard. As you can see, Mastercam can do basic mathematic functions for us. Ensure that you have this shape right here, and make the anchor point to the bottom middle. You will need to go ahead and stay in this dialog box and change the fast point to indicate where to put this shape. Insert the value 0.825, separated with a comma, and then minus 5.5, and hit enter on your keyboard. And select the OK button. Your part should look as shown. From here, go to File, Save As. Save your geometry under a place where you know where you can find it, and name it Tutorial Number 2. Hit the Save button. From here, we will go ahead and do our cam selection.